Hi, everyone. My name is Kaya Metzler, and I currently work for Earth Sweet Boutique here in Golden, Colorado. And we wanted to come to you today and introduce you to the Earth Sweet Band. Here we have Brett and Merlin. I'll go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Excellent. My name is Merlin David, and I'm from California.
And I'm Brett Wilson. I'm here in Colorado, not too far from Crystal in Berkeley, Colorado, just south of Loveland.
We are so excited to have both Brett and Merlin today with us to give a little bit of a background on the Earth Sweet Band. They are both the writers as well as the two folks who formed the band and have been great pals of Crystal Baldwin, the owner of Earth Sweet Boutique, for many years now. So we're going to take today to have them answer a few questions about the background of the band itself and then about a few gigs. So I'll go ahead and start. How did you guys all meet? How did you meet Crystal? What was the kind of backstory of the friendship starting?
How about if I jump in, Brett? First of all, we're just happy to be here, and we look forward to our gig there at the Earth Sweet Boutique in Golden, Colorado. Brett and I met back in 1976,
Yeah.
I believe, and we've been friends since then. So it's been a long friendship. And we met when Brett was learning to play the guitar, and I just was there to sing, and we just kind of started off this friendship, and we decided to write songs. Brett's the one. He came over and he said, I want to write a song. And I remember the apartment we lived in Tacoma Park, and I was just like, write a song. I'm not sure what that's all about. And the next thing you know, we were sitting on the steps outside of that apartment writing a song.
We called it a song.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I want to say thank you, Kai, for doing this as well. And it's so good to be here and looking forward to being at Crystal's shop there. It is an amazing place. So yeah, good memories. In fact, this is a fun thing to do because we haven't really talked about our history or background in quite a while, and it's bringing back some nostalgia, some really good memories. And Merlin, you were game. It sounds like we jumped in, and yeah, we wrote a song. And when did you pick up the guitar? I know you started playing about the same time.
I picked up the guitar 2.5 weeks before our first gig. Because
learned three chords. That's all you needed.
there were three of us at that time, and the other guy was the one who kind of put us together, Leslie Samuel. And 3 weeks before the gig, he bailed on us, and so we'd already had the gig lined up, and so I was just like, I could do three chords, because those was all the songs that I kind of required at that time, And I just picked up a guitar, and Brett was the one who was playing it, and he just learned to play the guitar, so it was kind of fun. And then we added a bass player by the name of Kevin Vines, and that was like our first gig back in early '77, I think.
Yeah, three chords was superfluous because really Bob Dylan only used two the whole time, and that was during his era. We loved and listened to guys like James Taylor and America and the Eagles, bands like that, all acoustic, and tried to emulate them as much as possible. We were big album liner note readers as well, right, Merle?
Yep. I love opening that thing up and reading all the liner notes, find out who's playing on what, and looking at the photographs and looking at the lyrics and trying to understand the misheard lyrics.
Yeah, they didn't have chords then. We didn't have YouTube or how to Google. In fact, I remember trying to learn some of these chords and some of these leads by taking the vinyl, putting it on the record player, and here comes the lead, and practice, and I'd get the first two notes, same thing probably, Merle, and then we'd have to wait, lift the needle up, and come back and do it again. It was very cumbersome, to say the least, but fun.
Were you guys able to play a bunch of gigs together, back in Maryland? And how did that go for you?
It went great. I always say we played the 4 C's. It was coffee houses, colleges, churches and clubs. So we played the whole gamut, and we were so eager. When the first gig we had, I think we only knew 5 or 6 songs. I think that was it. So we played those, and I don't know if people just felt, people just gravitated to it, and they wanted us to come back and play. So that was. And for people who hadn't played in front of people, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was. And people were really kind that I think they saw the joy in our eyes and also the eagerness to just connect. I think it was all about the connection, not
Yeah.
so much about the music at that time.
Yeah. It wasn't really the musicianship for us. It was more that it was just it was like a family. We were all singing and people were singing along, even if they didn't know the songs or whatever. And it was just a cool feeling.
Yeah.
Our first gig was in a place called Keystone in Tacoma Park.
Oh, look at that. Just like the Keystone here in Colorado.
Yeah.
The slopes are a lot smaller.
Yeah.
No slopes there.
Now, so with you guys playing this music and being in that space for that many years, has that led you into a career within the music industry? I can see that Brett's got some stuff behind him right now, and imagine Merlin does too.
Go for it, Brett. Tell them.
It's interesting, not just Merlin and myself, but our earliest bandmates all are doing some sort of work in music. Even Kevin, that you just mentioned, as bass player, with his band, has opened for bands like the Doobie Brothers and down in Atlanta. He was there. He's now in Asheville, North Carolina. Tom Prasada Rao has had multi gigs with ultra cool places and won many awards. So we were just kind of surrounded by that. I moved to Nashville for a while, ended up being the owner and president of a record label, co-owner of a record label down there, and then working with Merlin and Tom. Merlin, I'll let you talk more about your management background too, and now where you are at this time. So yes, and it's still recording, it's still using music as a background.
So, I went into managing musicians. We used to have a band until around 90, I think, 90, 91, someplace in there. And then we hadn't played together for years after that. I went into managing music, and then I went into working for a music magazine. And then I launched my own music magazine in 2010, M Music and Musicians. And one of the things that I wanted to do just somewhere in between that time was get the band back together. So 18, 19 years after we disbanded, I got the whole band back together and flew everybody out to Brett's place out in Berthoud, and there was a studio there, and we all recorded music that we'd played for years and we'd forgotten about. So it was a beautiful thing.
And even wrote a new song or two, right, for that.
Yep, we were so we all led lives in music, and we continue to have that right now.
Yeah. And I have to say this about Merlin. He's a songwriter for sure, and he's surrounded by songwriters and musicians all the time, all the ones names you know. But I've never seen somebody able to write songs with so much ease and fluidity. He writes songs with the ease that somebody writes a grocery list. I mean, he can come up. You give him a subject or an event coming up, somebody's birthday or passage of life or whatever, and he's right on it. And I love it, and it drives me crazy because I can't keep up with it.
And sometimes the grocery list gets turned into a song.
That's probably true.
Well, what can we expect to hear then during the February 4th anniversary party over at Earth Sweet Botanicals?
Well, one of the things we love doing is playing songs from back in our day, because those are the songs that resonated with us, and they still stay with us. So we love playing those old songs. It could be America, the Eagles, Simon and Garfunkel, Loggins and Messina. Yeah, and there's just to name a few. Brett, what are the songs that we cover?
Also, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and even classics like "Hey, Good Looking" or "You Are My Sunshine," just fun songs again, all about connecting people. Again, Merlin and Crystal both are huge connectors. They're really good. Merlin has done such a great job of keeping our high school friends and even more distant friends to me, but connected. We know what's going on in each other's lives very often, whereas I would tend to isolate here in the studio or up in the mountains or horseback riding, and he's always doing a great job connecting. Crystal connects people with nature and with the natural world and health and beauty, that kind of thing. And so what we want to do is emulate what's going on there already at Earth Sweet, and that is connect with people and connect people with people. That's what the music does.
Go ahead.
I was actually going to segue that into kind of hearing some stories about how you guys met Crystal, how your friendship has blossomed over the years, and how she got you guys to play for her.
We charge a lot of money.
We got to know Crystal back the year we graduated. So in 1978, And she was in high school at the time, and we had just graduated a couple years ahead of her. And so we just wanted to make sure that we just our friendship was just all intertwined, and we all hung out together for years. So from 78 to about 88, for 10 years, we were like right there, And so when I moved out to California in 88, I kept flying back, and we'd all do things together. And when she moved out to Colorado, and we would meet over there, and Brett was in Colorado, so we'd all meet over there. And so when she launched this venture in 2016, I believe, we she was talking about doing some music for her grand opening, and I said, we could do that. Brett and I could do that. She goes, really? Would you do that? Would you get back together? And we hadn't played in years. But I said, yeah, we'll do that. So, and we got back together, and we started playing some music, and it seemed to resonate with the shoppers there, or clients, people in there. So, and people would always ask us, when's your next gig? And we said, next year at this time, because that's the only time we played together. So it's been a fun thing that we do just for our friendship. And we'd written a couple of songs just specifically for Earth Week Boutique, and also for Crystal. One is The Bells of Gordes, and we'll probably send you a little thing of that. And also the other one was Brand New Day. And we're going to be playing those songs, some of those songs on there. And there's an album that we have out. And we did that just for her store. So it's not anything else. We just this is all just a fun family friend thing.
It was put together pretty quick.
It was recorded at Brett's studio in Berthoud, which he's in right now.
In a couple of days.
Well, I absolutely love that. I also know a little bit of a tidbit that we will be selling both the CD as well as some cool little shirts that you guys got.
Yeah, it's just we had a good friend of ours design the logo too, and it just, again, it all felt homogenous. It felt like going back to our early days, and we wanted to share that with people as well.
Yeah, and yeah, so and all of this is just a whole fun thing, that we do just to have fun. We so hope that people who come out will just have fun. You'll get to hear a snippet of some of our songs, so hopefully you'll be able to play that between now and February 4. So come out Saturday, February 4 to what is it, 1224?
At 1224 Arapahoe Street.
Yep, in Golden, Colorado.
And we'll be open that day from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. all day. We'll have food, we'll have some drinks available, tons of samples, as well as live music with Brett and with Merlin.
Yeah, there's one more thing I would like to let people know. It's going to be a lot of fun, and these kind of events obviously are designed to be fun. But there's one other element that, if you haven't experienced it there, that you should come and experience it. Crystal has been through a lot in her life, as many of us, most of us have in one way or another. And she has learned from it, grown. She has even had a shaman. She has had personal growth out the ceiling that I've seen from her early days till now. And she carries with her this light and this energy that just is emulated by all her employees. You, Kaya, are one of those right there that just is a model of that. And so when you come in, and I've heard people say this, and there are, what do you call them? The the nebulizers, the moisture.
Diffusers.
This is not, if it's about music, I could tell you, but what's it called?
Diffuser.
Diffusers.
There's the diffusers in there, but that's not the only thing that's happening. There is just this beautiful energy, and you can just feel it. You see it in people's eyes, in the connection again, and in the whole atmosphere. So come for that as well.
Come for some fun, come for some peace, for some healing, for some music. We've got it all there between Crystal's Earth Suite Botanicals, Earth Suite Boutique, and us. There'll be refreshments. There'll be things to test and taste, and so there'll be a lot of stuff.
And another quick heads up as well, that day will be Golden, Colorado will be hosting Goldens in Golden that day. So just a little bit of a disclaimer there. I'd say head down a little bit earlier than expected, as parking can be a little bit difficult. But we will have dog-friendly things outside of the shop, water bowls, if you just to go ahead and celebrate your pups as well.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the recording. Oh, you guys want to say bye really quick?
See you
Looking
guys
forward to seeing you there.
see you on Saturday, February 4.
All right.